Sons of Anarchy ended on a tragic but fitting note. Led by then VP Jax Teller, Sons of Anarchy saw his rise as president of SAMCRO and his eventual fall. Even though he had good intentions for the club and planned to follow his father's wishes, he ended up making the same mistake as his stepfather and president of the club, Clay Morrow. Despite this, Jax Teller could have had a very different ending. But before we head back to Charming, I'd like to say hello guys and gals, I'm Nick and welcome to Firthy's Feedback. Over the course of 7 seasons, Jax tried to keep SAMCRO afloat and fulfill his father's plans for the club, but with time, Jax realised that some of those wishes wouldn't be possible. Jax made various bad decisions throughout Sons of Anarchy, and his mother's lies in the final season of the show ultimately led to his downfall. Jax's terrible decisions caught up with him and, per the club's rules, he had to meet Mr. Mayhem. So Sons of Anarchy ended with the death of Jax Teller. As heartbreaking as this was, it was a fitting ending for Jax after everything he went through, but Sons of Anarchy could have had a very different finale. Gemma's lies throughout Sons of Anarchy Season 7 in order to cover her involvement in Tara's death unleashed a series of crimes led by Jax, who wanted to avenge his wife's death. Among those crimes was the murder of Jury White, president of the Sons of Anarchy Nevada Charter, as Jax believed he had betrayed the club, and after Jury implied that Jax's father might have killed himself, Jax reacted impulsively and shot him in the face. After Jax learned the truth about Gemma and Tara's murder, he came clean to the rest of the club about Jury's murder, and they had no other option than sending him to meet Mr. Mayhem. However, his SAMCRO brothers couldn't bring themselves to kill Jax, so they let him kill himself on the road, mirroring his father's death. During an interview promoting the Lost City of Z via pop culture, Charlie Hunnam was asked if there was an alternate ending to the Sons of Anarchy, and he revealed that he believed Jax's story was going to end differently. Although Hunnam wasn't sure if it was through conversations with Kurt Sutter or not, he assumed Jax was going to ride off into the sunset. But once the final episode was near, he had to have the conversation with Sutter. Hunnam was convinced Jax would live, but Sutter replied that Jax probably wouldn't ride off into the sunset, and that's exactly how it went. Hunnam added that he can't believe that wasn't Sutter's intention all along, and so Jax met his end in the show's final scene. Although some rules were bent throughout Sons of Anarchy, there was a lot of respect for a Mayhem vote, showing that there are some untouchable rules that should be respected. In addition to that, Jax wouldn't have lied to his brothers just to save himself, and there was no way they were going to oversee the fact that Jax had killed a patched member of the club. Jax then had to die because that's where his actions and decisions led him, even if most of these were a result of Gemma's lies. Jax paid for his crimes and, ultimately, let himself go without regrets or fear, giving Sons of Anarchy a tragic but satisfying end. What do you guys think? Could they have bent the Mayhem vote for Jax like they did when Clay killed Piney? And would the show have felt the same, ending with Jax riding off into the sunset? Let me know below.